Greetings and salutations, everyone. I am, as always, darthdevious, bringing you another video review. This time, Transformers Prime First Edition Cliffjumper. Now, this came to me from my really good friend, Ron MightMouse74. As you can see, this is the Canadian version that has 3 different languages. Still comes with the stand. Yeah. Avec présentoir con basse. Okay. Yeah, my French is very, very rusty. I haven't studied it in 23 years or so. First edition, Series 004, Cliffjumper. You got your product shots on the back. Bumblebee and RC with him. You know, all that stuff. Now, I've been waiting for this guy for a very long time. Ron actually got him for me a while back, but just had to take his time sending them to me, which, that's okay. I didn't mind. I really appreciate that you went and took the effort to get me this, Ron. That was really cool of you. So, I guess the best thing to do now is we're going to get him out of the package. We're going to compare his vehicle mode to that of the Robots in Disguise version. Show off his transformation, then do a complete comparison between the 2 molds and see which one I think is better. And I think they both have pluses, they both have minuses, but we'll see later on. So stick around, I'll be right back. Okay, so here I've got Cliffjumper out of his package finally. He rolls really nice. He's pretty cool. He's got, you know, some blue translucent windows. Nice horns up here. Not too sharp. It's got blue translucent headlights and silver paint on the grill. Nice rims with silver paint. Nice little Autobot symbol picked out right there. I don't know if you can make that out on my camera. I know my camera's not the greatest. He does have a molded spot on this side for another one, but it's just not on there. He's got nice painted tailpipes there. Underneath, you can see his head, his arms, and his legs up here. That's not too bad. So we'll compare him with the Robots in Disguise version. First thing you can see is the Robots in Disguise version is a little bit shorter. And not too much narrower. They're about the same width. He's a darker red, which is okay. I mean, he's got these pegs for his weapon. Underneath, you know, you can still see there's his head. He transforms in the exact opposite way that this one does. You know, whereas this end becomes his legs, this end becomes his arms, where on him, the back end becomes his arms and the front end becomes his legs. So, there's that. And his chest is not a cheat, whereas this one is, as you can see there. But, you know, we'll get him into robot mode and we'll get a comparison of the 2 of them. Put that one off to the side. And so that's about it. Give me a minute and I'll get him transformed. So here we have first edition Cliffjumper in his robot mode, and he looks really cool. I mean, look at that face sculpt. Looks very nice. Head's on a ball joint. The horns are up here on his head. Nice shoulders. And his arms. Nice swivel here. Double jointed elbow, which is always nice. Wrist swivel. Doesn't have a waist because of how his waist transforms. Everything gets locked in place. But that's okay. You know, his legs are not so show accurate, but they're still cool. Got a decent knee. Slight ball joint at his ankle. So you get some nice poses out of him. One cool thing about him is you can undo the panels here on his arms and flip his hands around, and he's got his triple barrel cannon. Check that out. So that's really cool. So let's get the Robots in Disguise version in here, and we'll take a look at that and compare the two. So first thing you'll notice, he is shorter. His arms are also far more gorilla-like. They just hang down. He's got nice black fists. He's got gray fists. His arms are really cool looking. His arms are the worst part of this whole mode. But his legs are far more show accurate with the silver knees and the bigger, wider feet. He's got the angry face. He's got the chest cheat, but he still looks good. His shoulders are good. And he has a waist joint, which this one doesn't have. So, which one do I like better? I gotta say I like the first edition better. I mean, it's just an all-around better looking robot. I mean, they both have hollow chests that you can see through. So, there's that. But, you know, his isn't as bad. He's got, you know, the nice translucent blue, which looks good. His legs are kind of weak on mine, on the RID version, so he has a hard time sometimes standing for very long. And those gorilla arms really, really detract from me. And this elbow joint is just awful. Awful. I can't stand that. And of course, you know, there's his crappy gun that, yeah. You all saw what I did with it in the review of him. If you didn't, go watch it. You know. The only thing with him is his chest doesn't peg in very well. The whole you know, split for the windshield doesn't hold very well. These are supposed to be up here more. They don't hold very well. But, you know, these are minor complaints. I mean, this really is an outstanding Cliffjumper figure. And I really need to thank, you know, again, you know, Ron, MightMouse74 for sending it to me. Because he's a really cool dude. So, that's going to be it. I mean, if you really want a decent Cliffjumper and you can afford to track one of these down, get this one. If you just want a Cliffjumper for your collection, one you can mess around with, maybe add some paint details to or something, this one's not bad, it's just not great. So, yeah, there's that. They both have strengths, they both have weaknesses, but I think his strengths outweigh his weaknesses, whereas his weaknesses kind of drag him down. So, there's that. Get him out of here. So, final thoughts on this guy. He was well worth the wait for me to get him. You know, Ron had him for a while and just didn't have time to send him to me, so he finally sent him to me. So, I really, really like him. I think the other one I might just give to my kids because there's not much I'm going to do with him now. I'm not going to keep him for my Prime collection, that's for sure. I've got this guy. What do I need him for? So that's going to be it for this. You know, as always, all you out there, be good, or the cliff is going to get you. Yeah, you can smell what the cliff is cooking.